So we're back at it again today with the IntruBuster Generation 2. All right, so today we're going to do something a little different, something I've been wanting to try. I ended up reinstalling or installing actually it came from Mercury Rise. I think it was first designed for the first generation IntruBuster and X68. So I reinstalled that here onto this IntruBuster Gen 2. And we're going to give it a try with 90 grams CO2 today and see what it does. I don't know what to expect because I haven't pre-tested it first before this video. So we're going to see this together and see what it does. The rear ASA, that was supposed to be for CO2 only. I will admit I did modify it slightly, drilled a few holes in it so that I could use it with HPA on my X68. So there is a good possibility that we could have, we could get some slugs of CO2 in here. So don't know what's going to happen. We're going to find out together and see what it does. But I actually have a pre-punctured one that has a little bit of gas left in the tank, the 90 gram. So I'm going to start with that first. And if everything works out okay with that one, then I have a full one that I haven't punctured yet. Maybe we'll try that, but kind of hoping I got enough gas left in the used one to at least test this anyways and see what it does. Because again, without the adapter to, what's the words I'm looking for? The adapter to kind of keep the liquid slugs from getting into the bolt. The CO2 adapter. Without that, there's a good chance that we could get some sort of bolt shutter or something, or maybe even, I guess you could call it an auto fire or something. So, but we're gonna give it a try and see what happens. So I got this 90 gram MCS 90 gram stock with some leftover 90 gram in here, and also a MCS 88 90 gram on and off with the gauge. It shows we're over 5. We're somewhere between the 500 psi and 1000 psi, it looks like, for pressure. Okay, don't really know how much I have for volume left in the air capacity, but yeah, we're sitting at about, if I had to guess, I'd say it's somewhere around 750, probably 750 psi. So we'll see what it does. I'll screw it into this. I have a better ASA coming that I'll probably end up using on this gun as well. So, and we'll just screw that in good and tight. Good and tight. All right, that looks good. And hopefully we don't have any leaks either. And this other device here is just a CO2 saver, which I had purchased and I was using it before I had the on and off. It seems to work. I mean, I've had this gas in here for a couple months now since I last used it. So what did I last use it on? I think I used it on the torpedo. I think the Mercury Rise torpedo. Or it may have been the Umarix TR50 too. All right, so this works. It's got a nice little clamping system here that you loosen up and you can adjust the stock. Tighten, and then you can tighten it back up. It actually works really good. I was impressed with this MCS 90 gram stock, and then I had bought a rubber slip-on over it, as to put over it. But yeah, this it's been pretty good. I mean, I didn't pay a lot of money for it either. I want to say it was less than 40 bucks, I think, for it. So, and it seems to be pretty good quality. It's yeah, seems to be. All right, so no ammo in it, but what we will be shooting, if we're successfully able to gas this up without any leaks, and there's no guarantees on that because I've had some varying success with the 011 O-ring on this. I'm still waiting to get some better quality or the right size. I don't think I have the right size in here right now, so it kind of works, but sometimes it acts a little funny. It starts off leaking a little, and then it stops leaking. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to air it up, and then what we're going to do is hopefully we're going to be shooting some 7.3 gram alien play, 6 rounds of that, and then I also have another magazine with 6 rounds of the 8 gram AR Tactical Jewels, the 8 gram, which so far both of those ammunitions run really good through this gun. The 7.3, which I showcased in my first shots video for the IntruBuster Gen 2. If you want to see that, it's in the IntruBuster Gen 2 playlist. I have a first shots video where I was comparing 3 different ammunitions, and it did really good. The 7.3 Alien Play, the gray colored ones, clearly outperformed some of the other ammunition that I was testing it against. However, it also performed really, really good with the AR Tactical 8 gram Jewels as well, which was bore matched to this as well, because they are 6.8. This is a 6.86 barrel, and the 8 gram Jewels are actually a 6.85. So that was bore matched, and they did really good. I think I got a high of 50.5 joules or something like that, and that was pretty much stock. Other than I think I may have had it capped off in ASA on the back, capped off. Anyways, if you're interested, look it up. It's on playlist for the IntruBuster Generation 2. All right, let's see what we get out of this here. Again, it's somewhere around 750, maybe even 800, somewhere around that neighborhood. Let's see what happens and see if we get any leaks. And which way am I turning this thing? There we go. All right, so I felt a little delay, but I did feel the bolt engage, but there was like a little bit of a slowness to it, not that typical crisp, where it engages and you can hear it and feel it. So that may be that the pressure is kind of low on this used 90 gram cartridge, or it could be also the issue that I've been having with the 011 O-ring. I've tried a couple, really don't have. I'm not really confident that I have the right O-ring really. But the good news is I'm not hearing any off gassing going on over here. So, and we're still sitting around 5, 6, I think about 7. Looks about 7 psi. So we are going to give it a whirl, and I think what I'm going to do, so I don't have to hold the thing, I think we're going to use yeah, let's do that. Not loaded yet, so let me put it down. We're going to use the other chronograph, the Chrony. I think I'm going to take a viewer's advice, and I'm going to lower it a little bit. Not too much. We'll see if I can get it at a comfortable. Let's go to feet per second. And let's see. Can't get it in direct light because direct light seems to mess with the readings on this thing. All right. See if that's a good height. I guess I had a few viewers that were concerned that I was going to shoot the shit out of this thing. And it looks like I came pretty close a few times, but so far so good. So far no problem. So, all right, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna put my ears in for this one, definitely, because this one's a screamer. A screamer. All right, guys, so this is gonna be a first. Like I said, I don't know what to expect. Be honest with you, if I had to guess, it's probably, if there's enough pressure, it's probably going to it's probably not going to sound too good but let's give it a try. And if it, you know, if it works out halfway decent, maybe I'll put the other 90 gram, the new one, on and try it out. So we're going to start with not the 8 gram. We're going to start with the lighter 7 point. Actually, what did I? Wrong magazines. Wrong magazines. Sorry about that. Here we go. I almost tried to put a Pastelli magazine in there. All right, that's the 8 gram AR Tactical Jewels. I want to start with the lighter stuff first, especially since I don't have a lot of gas in it. All right, so these are the gray, okay? The gray Alien Play 7.3 gram. These, the size of these, if I remember correctly, I think they sized out somewhere around 681. No, they didn't slip through the 681. They slipped through the 684, but they were kind of I don't know. I kind of figured they seemed like they were somewhere around 682, and I'm pretty sure when I put the calipers on them, that's what I was getting, was 682. So not a perfect bore match, but one of the larger ammunitions that I have. So all right. Turn the laser on. All right, we're already gassed up. Can't really, a little bit, I can see it. I'm gonna go by the laser anyways. All right, here we go. Shot 1. (361.6 feet per second). 361.6. That didn't seem too bad to me. So I do have some power in here. I didn't hear anything funny out of the bolt spring either, so. All right, here we go, shot 2. 355.2 feet per second. And that also was pretty good, pretty strong. Felt good. Nothing abnormal out of it. Shot 3. 355.8 feet per second. Shot 4. 349.9 feet per second. And shot 5. 348.6 feet per second. And shot 6, the last one of the Alien Play. 345.6. Not bad. I guess I still had some gas in here, because I would think I wouldn't be getting that higher numbers even with the later stuff. So yeah, sound good. I mean, considering I know that rare ASA that I have on it from Mercury Rise, my original one that came with my Pastelli. I know I probably shouldn't have drilled that bugger out because it was acting up on my Pastelli after I did that. So, but heck, so far so good. It's not sucking up any slugs of CO2, liquid CO2. So can't promise it's going to continue to act that way. Let's see what we have left for pressure in here. Maybe I got enough to get through the next mag, because I want to try these 8 gram jewels next. Yeah, so I'm sitting at about, it still looks like about 700. So it looks about, see if you can read that. It's a small gauge on these things. That's a small gauge. It's a small world. Yeah. So about 700 PSI, I think. So no doubt, I mean, there's still pressure on the trigger. So what the heck? We're going to put, we got 6 rounds of these AR Tactical 8 gram jewels. Again, these are the ones that are actually bore matched for this gun. So, I mean, if you're looking for something bore matched, yeah, these 685 AR Tactical jewels, 8 gram, doing fantastic in here. But I got to admit, that cheaper ammo too, that 7.3 Alien Play, you can plink all day long outside with that, and it's going to break the bank. Not going to break the bank to do it either. So Yeah, so let's see what we get. All right. Let's see what we get. All right, here we go. All right. I'm just going to use the laser because this dot optic is a little too low. It needs to be mounted up higher to use it with a stock. So we're just going to use the laser. And I bore sighted this laser and the optic, I think, last week, so it should be good. Anyhow, good enough to get it in the target trap anyways. Here we go. Shot 1 of the 8-gram AR Tacticals being powered by 90 gram CO2. Shot 1. 337.8 feet per second. Shot 2. 324.1 feet per second. Shot 3. 312.6 feet per second. Shot 4. 308.4 feet per second. Shot 5. 299.4 feet per second. And stuff's falling off my pegboard. Okay, this should be shot 6. 297.4 feet per second. I think that was it. These things are all around my feet. I'm going to pick up a few more of these. I'm just going to shoot it until I run out of gas. I might as well use it up. So we'll see what we get here. And but yeah, this is a nice little setup with this MCS stock. Of course, I also bought this rubber piece. Makes it a lot really comfortable. Slides right on like a glove too. It's pretty cool. It's I think I bought it on, I don't know, either Amazon or eBay. But if you ask me, I can look it up and send you the link if you're interested in it. But I think it was like 20 bucks or something, 15, 20 bucks. It says the Second Amendment here. It's kind of in there. You can't really see it that well. Probably wouldn't be able to see it on camera. But yeah, I mean, it's, you know, a little economical choice. Again, the stock was from MCS. The CO2 saver that I put on here, I got that on Amazon. I think it was like, I don't know, 20 bucks or something. And then the MCS on and off, 88 gram, 90 gram on and off. I think that was like 30 bucks or something like that. But you can get knockoffs on Amazon too, probably cheaper. I think I've seen them as low as like, if you don't need the gauge, I think I've seen them as low as like $15 or something. So, you know, I like having the gauges on there, but, you know, so it's a good little rig, good little setup. I like it. And it's working really good right now. So, you know, no complaints on that. Yeah, our pressure's way low now, so maybe I won't shoot anymore here. Well, it's saying 500. Yeah, 500 psi. So what the heck? Let's see how low it'll go before it doesn't shoot, before the bolt drops back. All right, let me put that down and get a couple of these 8 grams that roll around my feet. Got 3, 4. 4. Got another alien play over here. I need that for later. That's my notes. Gotta have my notes. All right, I got 4. I'm gonna put 4 in this mag because I doubt we're gonna get more than that anyways. I mean, not even surprised. Wouldn't be surprised a bit if we don't even get like, I don't know, like more than 1 or 2 shots. But so I got 4 more of these 8 grams in here, and we'll give it a try and see if we can get those. If we can get those little bubbas. Put my air back in. Yeah, well, thank you for hanging out with me today, guys. And, you know, something different, right? 90 gram on the back of the IntruBuster Gen2. Sounded like a good idea. Something to do on a Saturday. Why not? All right, put the laser back on. We got 4 rounds in here. 4 rounds. Let's see. We got any gas left in this baby? It looks like 500 psi. Here we go. Shot 1. 104. 295.6 feet per second. Shot 2. 281.2. Shot 3. 269.4. And shot 4, the last round that I have in here. 269.4 feet per second. I don't know, maybe it would have shot off a whole nother mag. Maybe I had more gas in here than I thought. It's just a little below 500 right now. All right, well, let's keep going. How about some more alien play? All right, we're going to switch back to the alien play. Let's see. What the heck? I guess I'll load up 6 alien play, 7.3. This way I know what we're going to do for the joules calculation. This will be 6 rounds of the 7.3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. They're the 7.3 gram solid aluminum, but they're the gray ones. These things are nice. They're very smooth. And I don't believe they would cause any problems with the aluminum barrels. Definitely not the steel barrel. So I'd be very surprised to buy it. I clean the barrel out and inspect it every once in a while, and I haven't seen any issues with this ammo. All right. It's regenerating a little bit, the CO2. We're sitting just about a little, I don't know, that could be 450 or so. All right, let's see what else we get out of it. Fire it until it runs out of gas. Shot 1, alien play. 280.1 feet per second. Shot 2. 265.8. Shot 3. 252.8. Shot. Whoa, we had a dead trigger for a second. And then it bounced back. That was 234.7. But the trigger was dead at first. I can feel tension on it again, so we're getting low. What the hell was that? Shot 3 or 4? I think it was 3. Let's try 4. 236.3. And the trigger's dead again. But you gotta, buyer beware. When it comes to CO2, you get a dead trigger. It happens all the time. You go to try to pull that trigger again, sometimes it'll regenerate. It's still got some liquid CO2 that's turning into a gas state. So even right now, I still got ammo in the gun. You got to be careful for that. So, and I think I might still have a round in here. So I had a dead trigger, but I can feel pressure on it now. Watch. Okay, 223.7. Now it's dead again. So if you got ammo in the gun, you got to be careful for that. I mean, it probably ain't going to come out with that much velocity, but what the heck? It could still hurt someone probably, or surprise the hell out of you. Anyways. All right, that wasn't too bad. I mean, that wasn't a fresh 90 gram, obviously. It was a used one that I had sitting around. But I got to say, it probably would get better numbers if I had a fresh 90 gram, but I think we're going to save that one and do another test another day. I want to keep this video's already getting kind of lengthy here. So I'll have the numbers in the video like I normally do. I probably won't put the numbers in for this last mag because I'm sure it's all low power anyway. But definitely the first 2 magazines, with the alien play and the 8 gram air tactical joules, I'll run the math on those, and they'll be in the video by the time you see it. So, but yeah, I don't know if anybody else has tried 90 gram on one of these IntruBuster Gen 2s, but I just did, and it worked out pretty good. There's no expansion area here, so if you're going to make a lot of power, you probably need more volume for sure. But Hey, it's functional. So, and that's even with my my hacked up ASA. So, if you had a better ASA than I do, which doesn't take a hell of a lot to have a better ASA than this one, then I imagine you might even have, I'm sure you get much higher power numbers. You guys that have expansion chambers on your back of your ASAs. So, all right, there's nothing in there. That's right. I'm looking like there's a CO2 cot in there, but I don't think I put one in. Not even an empty, yeah. So that could be something too. Sometimes I know people will say, yeah, I put an empty in there or put an unpunctured in there, but just so you know, matter of fact, in case somebody wants to see, for sure, you've seen it here. It was empty in there. No CO2 cot. That was all the used 90 gram. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope it's been a little interesting for you. If not, I hope you got a laugh or two. Oh, peace out.